Hey everybody, Tiffany here with High Seas Cruising with another edition of Tips from Tiffany. So today we are going to try something new. This was an idea from one of our viewers, and so I thought I would give it a try. We're going to recreate a cruise ship recipe. So the recipe that I picked for today is Carnival Cruise Line's macaroni and cheese. Chris really loved this one. He said it was super cheesy and just really good. So we found the recipe for it. I did Google it, found it online. We will be posting that recipe at the end of the video. So we're just going to kind of get started with that. One thing that I found very interesting about this recipe was all the different cheeses. There are 6 different cheeses in this recipe. Yeah, I was not expecting that. I figured 2, maybe 3, but not 6. So yeah, there are 6 in this one. And they are various kinds. So we have cheddar cheese, Swiss cheese. Now at my local grocery store, the only kind of Swiss cheese I could find was sliced Swiss cheese, but we're going to make it work. It has Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese, mascarpone, and brie. Now this one also calls for sour cream, heavy whipping cream, half and half, and you garnish it with applewood bacon. And we got the thick cut, so we're going to try that. And then 2 pounds of macaroni. That's a lot. Chris and I are going to be eating macaroni for a while. Now, we've talked about this in other stories and on our lives about how the cruise lines are cutting back on entrees, and you get the same thing in the buffet that you get in the MDR. I can see why after purchasing all of this. All of this was a little over $40. So yeah, just for macaroni and cheese. So I can understand now a little bit why the cruise lines are cutting back. Now they probably getting bulk prices, so it's probably not as bad for them. But yeah, a little over $40 for just macaroni and cheese. So we're going to try it. Hope it turns out like the cruise line. In the meantime, I'm going to get all of this prepped and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so we've got everything prepped. You only shred about half of the cheddar cheese. You want to dice up the brie cheese and the mozzarella cheese. That way it's easier to melt down. I sliced up the Swiss cheese, and then we've got the water boiling, and I did pre-season the water, salt, pepper. We have the bacon going in the oven. Yes, I cook my bacon in the oven. But it is already going in the oven. So we are going to start putting this together. So we're going to get our macaroni going. We do have the water boiling already. And like I said, I did pre-season the water. So 2 pounds of macaroni. And I guess you can probably use any kind of macaroni that you want. We went with elbows. Then we're going to get our pan started heating up. We're going to go about medium, a little over medium. All right, so we have our pan hot. We are going to add heavy whipping cream to it. We use 1.5 quarts of heavy whipping cream, so we're going to add that. We're going to add the whole thing. And then next, we're going to add 1 pint of half and half. And we're going to bring that to a boil. Now we're going to start slowly folding in the brie, the mascarpone, the Swiss cheese, the sour cream, and the cheddar cheese. And we're going to season that. So first is the brie. And you want to be careful putting this stuff in so you don't plop it and burn yourself. I did chop this up so that it would melt down a little bit easier. I chopped it up, but it stayed clumped together. Okay, now the mascarpone. That is definitely a creamy cheese. I have never cooked with mascarpone before. Okay, and then the Swiss cheese. We're going to add the Swiss cheese. We'll break that up a little bit. Okay, and then the sour cream. Now, I thought I had a big enough pan, but I'm starting to wonder if this pan is going to be big enough. Give that a really good stir and just keep stirring. This is also the point when you want to season it. So we're going to season it with the ground white pepper and a little bit of salt. Okay, so everything is smoothed out. So now we're going to add in the cheddar cheese. And you only use half of the block for this part of it. The other half you hand chop, and that comes in later. So we're going to stir that all in. Okay, so we're going to take this off the heat, and we are supposed to add the macaroni to this bowl and mix it all together along with the bacon, but I need to transfer this to a different bowl because we're not going to have enough room. It's going to spoil or spill over. All right, guys, so here we are. We're going to go ahead and combine everything. We've got the macaroni, we've got the cheese sauce, we've got the Parmesan cheese, we've got the mozzarella cheese, the hand-chopped cheddar cheese, and the bacon. So we're going to take the bacon and add that to the macaroni and then kind of give that a little mix. Now, this is a lot. So, yeah, I'm trying to find a bowl big enough. That's all mixed in there. Now we're going to add the cheese sauce to the macaroni. Just mix that all in real good. And we're going to combine some more. We're making a mess. That's okay. Now, I don't remember eating this stuff on the cruise, on Carnival Cruise Lines. Remember, this is Carnival Cruise Lines, macaroni and cheese. But I know Chris did, and he said he really enjoyed it. So it came highly recommended by the waiter. I know that. And I would suggest cutting this recipe in half unless you are feeding a very big family. It is just Chris and I need to research if you can freeze this. All right, so we're going to do the final combining part. We're going to add some macaroni to the bottom of the baking dish. And yeah, we're going to use a scooper. And then we're going to add some of the mozzarella, the chopped mozzarella. We're just going to place that right on top, just however you want. You're going to use all of this. Okay, and then we're going to add the rest of the macaroni. I think we can pick it up now. I said this is a lot of macaroni. And then you are going to add your cubed cheddar cheese and your Parmesan. I said there is a lot of cheese, 6 different cheeses in here. Hopefully Chris remembers what it tastes like. He can compare. And then your Parmesan, just going to sprinkle that. Now I got this already grated. You could get the whole one and grate it yourself if you wanted to. There we go. So next we're going to put it in the broiler and broil it for about 3 minutes. Let all this cheese get nice and gooey. All right, everybody, so we did just pull it out of the broiler. You want to put it under the broiler for about 2 minutes. I thought it would need a little bit longer. That was a lot of cheese on top, but that broiler, it melted everything down. So here's what the final product's going to look like. All right, so we're going to start scooping this out and see if Chris remembers if this is what it tastes like. So, oh, lots of cheese. There we go. So we're going to bring Chris in now and see if this reminds him of being on the Carnival cruise ship.
All right. So apparently I get to be the taste test dummy here.
Yes, because I don't remember ever trying their mac and cheese.
Did you poison it?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, they saw me.
You guys were watching, right? All right, so let's take a look here. It's definitely cheesy looking. Let's take a bite. Okay, just kidding. Oops. Knock the stuff over. Just kidding, just kidding. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've had Carnival's mac and cheese. It is good though. Needs a little more seasoning.
Yes.
Definitely seasoned to taste. Everybody's different.
A little bit more salt.
Needs a little more salt.
But it's good.
But it is good. Well, there you go. Carnival Cruise Lines, macaroni and cheese.
Yes. I would definitely cut the recipe in half because we are going to be eating mac and cheese for a month.
We're going to be giving away macaroni and cheese for a couple of days. This is not staying here in the house. We'll never eat this much macaroni and cheese. So, how was it to make though? Was it easy to make?
It's pretty easy to make. The recipe that I got, it was a little confusing in some areas, but you just kind of read through it, do your thing. I will be posting that recipe so y'all can have it. The only thing I would say is I can definitely understand why Carnival is cutting back in the dining room. This was, like I said, a little over $40 for all of this, but it'll feed you for a week.
Yeah, it's definitely more than I thought went into macaroni and cheese. I didn't realize it had this many cheeses in it. But of course, cruise ship food is supposed to be more gourmet than, craft out of the box type of macaroni and cheese. So, yeah, I could see why it has all those. And it's definitely cheesy, definitely creamy. She did a great job with it. Highly recommend you guys make this at home. And, it was a good tip, cruise tip to recreate some food that we make on cruise ships or you get to eat on cruise ships. Can you make it at home? Well, for Carnival's macaroni and cheese, the answer to that is yes.
So if there are recipes out there that you would like to see us try, definitely put those in the comments. We would love to try them for you.
All right, so what do you guys think about recreating recipes from cruise ships? You like the idea? You don't like the idea? It's like something new that Tiffany wanted to try out today for her tips from Tiffany. It was suggested to her. I thought it was a really good suggestion. It was a lot of fun. And of course, I get to eat. Can't really complain if I get to eat. So, let us know what you guys think. If you enjoyed today's video, think it's a great idea, hit that like button for us. We'd really appreciate it. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor, hit subscribe. It's free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. You don't want to miss a meal. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day, a really great weekend, and like always,
We'll see you out on the high seas.